If you tell most people, hey, watch this Chris Heria video and just eat like that, most people say, thanks, but no thanks. I can't do it. Coach Greg, and if your goal is to get shredded, to lose some weight, to get cut, well, today we're going to be going over how does Chris Heria do it. He posted a video, it's called, What I Eat to Get Shredded for Summer. And frankly, this guy's always shredded. So what he eats to get shredded for summer, it's probably similar to how he eats year-round. If you don't bulk up and get fat in the first place, you don't really need to diet to get shredded for summer. I mean, after all, this guy looks incredible, so what can we in fact learn from him, and what information does he say that may or may not be applicable to us?
Now, regardless whether we're in summer, winter, spring, or fall, my nutrition and macros generally stay the same. But today, I want to go even more in depth into exactly what I'm doing, what I'm eating, when I'm eating it, and how much of it I'm eating.
So the fact that he says that basically means he eats like this year-round, and that's why he's always shredded.
Now, there's a lot of people out there talking about or even telling you how to build lean muscle or get shredded without ever putting in the work or experiencing being shredded themselves.
So he makes a good point. A lot of people are saying do this, do that to get ripped, but they're not even ripped themselves. So if it worked, why don't they follow their own information? But this guy, he always looks incredible, 10 straight years looking amazing. So clearly what he's doing works for him. So let's watch what works for him and see if it'll work for us.
Now, I personally like to stay shredded year round, but getting even leaner after putting on some muscle, increasing my relative strength and improving me as an athlete overall, which is why I never excessively bulk or put on too much weight.
So I like his advice. Don't excessively bulk. It's better to be in shape year round than to yo-yo diet. Not only is it healthy, but it looks better, feels better, and there's no real reason to bulk up because if you do, you're eventually going to have to go on a diet.
Which is why I stay shredded year round. I just add lean muscle mass over time, gradually increasing my weight.
So he literally main gains. He stays shredded all the time and slowly puts on muscle throughout the year.
And the bottom line is, yes, we're trying to be strong, but we're definitely trying to be healthy. And putting on too much weight too fast, especially if you're a beginner, is definitely not healthy for you.
And as he says, bulking up, it's not healthy. Putting on a lot of weight quickly, that is not healthy. It leads to yo-yo dieting. Whether you're gaining or losing a lot of weight, if it's done quickly, it's not healthy.
One thing that never changes for me is a high intake of protein. Now, starting off with how much protein I eat per day, that's gonna be about 1 gram of protein for 1 pound of body weight.
So tip number 1 is he eats a lot of protein, about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Protein is important to build muscle, keeps you full, has a high thermic effect, and you're gonna be more satiated. Protein doesn't typically trigger people to want to eat, so if you have a diet that's high in protein, it's going to be easier to stick to your diet and to lose weight.
Now, my protein throughout the day can be accumulated from many sources, but my main source of protein is always going to be one of these.
So for fish, he likes white fish like haddock, as well as salmon that's higher in fat. Both excellent sources of protein, but salmon offering a lot more calories because of the healthy fat. Fatty fish is something that should be in your diet 2 to 3 times per week. But be careful, the calories, they add up quick. So just because you're eating a small portion doesn't mean it's going to be low in calories. And at the end of the day, calories in, calories out dictates whether you're going to lose or gain weight. And so if you eat a lot of fat in your diet, the calories, they add up. So just be mindful of the calories that you're eating. And for meat, he likes to have chicken breast, which is lower in fat, high in protein, as well as whole eggs, which also are high in fat, but also have a lot of protein. He doesn't eat a lot of red meats, and I don't blame him. They have a lot more fat and calories and are not typically as healthy as leaner cuts of meat. And last but certainly not least, protein powder in the form of protein shakes. If you're having trouble getting enough protein, it's very easy to add in whey casein blends or even vegan protein into your diet.
And I use all of them strategically to reach my goals, combined with whether I'm eating 2 or 3 meals in a day with snacking in between.
And how often does he eat? He says he's eating typically 2 to 3 meals a day plus snacks. So overall, probably eating 4 to 5 times a day, which is optimal for muscle protein synthesis to occur. If you only eat protein once, maybe twice a day, you're missing out on opportunities to build muscle. So if you want to build muscle optimally, try eating 4, maybe even 5 meals a day.
Now, when it comes to fats, I never eliminate them completely, as fat plays a major role in hormone production, which directly affects muscle growth and strength.
His next tip, don't cut out fats. You need some fat in your diet. So he has healthy fats. Salmon, the most amazing source in this diet. Also, avocado and whole eggs. So he does eat some fat in his diet, but primarily from healthy sources. Notice his fats are not coming from Haagen-Dazs, Ben & Jerry's, chips, and so on.
Each egg is gonna be about 5 grams of fat. 8 ounces of salmon is gonna have about 29 grams of fat. And 1 serving size of almonds, which is 1 ounce, is gonna be about 12 grams of fat.
One thing to note here is this guy's diet is exceedingly healthy, and it's not gonna be very filling. You start adding nuts, avocado, salmon, these are not things that are gonna fill you a whole lot. So if you do eat a diet like this, I strongly suggest you add in a lot of fruits and vegetables. If you do, it's gonna be more filling, more voluminous, more satiating, because if you're hungry, you're a lot likely to cheat on your diet.
I also like to get my carbs from vegetables that have high nutritional value, like broccoli or spinach.
And think of it, this guy, he likes to get his carbs from broccoli. That is a strict diet. This guy is a machine. I don't know a lot of people that can eat this healthy. I mean, I'm watching the video and I agree with everything he's saying. This is an amazing diet, but it's healthier than 99% of the population. If you tell most people, hey, watch this Chris Heria video and just eat like that, most people say, thanks, but no thanks. I can't do it. Not even Coach Greg could eat like this. It's too boring, too plain, too simple. I need foods that taste amazing. I could follow this for a short period of time, just like Mr. Olympia competitors. They could eat like this because they're machines, they're animals. They want the optimal performance. But for the most part, most people can't eat this strictly, this clean. You want a diet that you can maintain, sustain for the rest of your life. The circle diet, like in my cookbook. That's why the cookbook works. This works too, but you got to stick to it. Notice there's nothing delicious, nothing mind-blowing amazing that you can eat in this diet. Sure, it works if you can follow it, but how many people can follow it? The diet that works for you is the diet that you can actually sustain. The one you'll follow for the rest of your life. Not a quick fix plan, the one that'll get you shredded in a month for summer. A diet that you can follow and maintain forever. Works for Chris Heria, clearly. He's always lean 10 years straight. He's always in shape. But will it work for you? That is the question. And if the answer is no, if you've tried this diet and you fell off the wagon and started binging, don't do it again. Do a different diet. Definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Thinking year after year, I'm going to do the summer shredding diet, and then you try it and you gain the weight back. If you keep trying the same diet and it doesn't work, what is wrong with you? You're a freaking moron. Do a different diet. Give my cookbook a chance. Over 2,500 testimonials saying it changed their life, lost tremendous amounts of weight, kept the weight off. When I hear that a diet helps someone lose weight, I'm like, no, that's good. But what I want to hear is, did they keep it off? And if they did, that is when I know they have found the answer. So he's eating rice, sweet potato, quinoa, protein pasta, but you got to go easy on the protein pasta. I don't know about that. Protein pasta, usually a lot lower in carbs and calories, so you can eat a lot more of it. That to me is a smart choice in replacement of regular pasta that's high calorie dense foods. Eat a plate of pasta, before you know it, you're over 1,000 calories thinking it was 500.
Now, I really don't get sugar from any other source, so the sugar that I do intake is going to be coming from fruit.
And he doesn't consume sugar in any other form other than from fruit, but hey, why not? Fruit sugar, it's amazing. Don't believe the hype that you can't have fructose. Oh, heavens forbid, there's sugar in blueberries and apples. So what? Eat as much fruit as you want. People aren't obese from eating too many fruits and vegetables. So I'm happy to see he's promoting blueberries, apples, and eating low-calorie dense foods. And if it's not sweet enough, he doesn't say this, but I will, add some sweetener. It's been debunked. Artificial sweeteners don't cause cancer. And if anything, they're going to replace the high sugar items that you normally would eat. Like Diet Pop instead of regular pop, for example, or sweetener instead of sugar in your coffee. It helps you to be satiated and less hungry and less likely to binge and cheat on your diet. And if you're less likely to binge and cheat, you're more likely to lose and keep the weight off.
Now, also when it comes to carbs, I like to do carb cycling. Most recently, I've just been doing it with a carb day and a half carb day and repeating that cycle.
So it's not really fair for me to say, hey, why are you doing this? Because this is the diet that works for him, but he has a high carb day and a half carb day. And frankly, based on what I see that he's eating, his high carb day to me is a moderate carb day to start with. And so his low carb day is half as many carbs on his high carb day. Not a fan of that. Don't believe in it. I don't think that you need to eat more carbs on days where you work out, train legs. You're not burning a significant amount of calories when you lift weights. Average person, 150 to 300 calories per hour. It's not enough to justify having a massive carb day, cheat day, or what have you, just because you're training legs. Just because you did 10 sets of squats and 10 sets of leg press doesn't mean you burn off 1,000 calories. Probably closer to 200. So stop thinking that just because it's leg day, you need to eat at Wendy's, McDonald's, or have a massive cheat day. You absolutely do not.
And on the days that I'm eating more carbs, I like to do heavier lifts. So that's gonna be my legs, back, or chest days.
He says on chest, legs, or back days, he needs a lot more calories. Imagine, chest day. Oh, I did a bunch of push-ups today. I better eat a whole bunch more carbs. Not true. What is true is if you do a lot of cardio, like Coach Greg, you ride your bike for an hour and a half, say you burn off 1,000 or 1,500 calories, that is when you need more carbs because you actually need them. Get it? If you burn off a lot of calories, you need more calories. If you just do weights, you don't burn a lot of calories, so you don't need a lot more.
Now, if I want to be on a caloric deficit, I'm only going to be cutting my calories to about 125 to 150 calories per day.
So think of this. His calorie deficit is 125 to 150 a day. That on average will result in 1 pound of fat per month. Per month! If you're 10% body fat and your goal is to get to 9, that's great. It's only going to take you about 2 months to go from 10% to 9. But for most people, a 125 to 150 calorie deficit, you're not going to notice any significant changes. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm in fact a fan of losing weight as slowly as possible. So I do like this. But don't think that you can do a summer shredding program, diet for 12 weeks, and lose a significant amount of fat. It would result in about 3 pounds of fat in 3 months. So think of it. Do you want to diet for 12 weeks and at the end of the 12 weeks say, I lost 3 pounds, I kind of can notice it. So my advice, if you do want to lose weight, you have a goal in 3 months from now to look a certain way, cut closer to 250 to 500 calories per day. Because if you only cut 125 to 150, chances are you won't notice anything. But if your goal is to maintain, you want to keep all the muscle you have and in fact build while slowly cutting for a year or two from now, that is amazing advice. Because think of it, if you cut 125, 150 calories a day from your diet, you're still going to lose 10, 15 pounds of fat per year. That is significant, but it's such a slow rate of fat loss that you can easily build muscle while in a small deficit such as this.
And I won't be cutting them any lower to ensure I'm satisfied and don't have that hungry, starving feeling, which will ensure I'm going to stay on track and be burning as much calories and fat throughout my cardio sessions and training.
And you know what else you can do? Instead of cutting out calories at all, just keep eating the same and do a bit more cardio because cardio is going to burn a lot of calories, a lot more than lifting weights. So please try to get in 150 minutes of cardio a week. If you add that into your lifestyle, trust me, it will make a significant difference not only on fat loss, but also on heart health and allow you to live a healthier, longer, and happier life.
A lot of people train and lift hard, but still aren't getting shredded and seeing the results that they want. And a big reason could be, of course, so not doing cardio. And of course, one of the main reasons is because people find cardio super boring.
So it's sad, as Chris says, a lot of people find cardio boring. You just need to find the kind that you like. Maybe you just need a form of cardio that you can challenge yourself. Like myself, I like to race other people on Zwift. That works for me. Maybe there's some form of a challenge that you need. If not, do cardio and pass the time doing something else. Watch a Coach Greg video or 2 or 1,400 since I have 1,400. You can watch videos, pass the time while doing cardio. Before you know it, your 20 minutes is up.
Nutrition alone and leaning out is not going to give you a crazy shredded six-pack.
I'm sorry, Chris, but you're wrong. Nutrition alone and leaning out is in fact going to give you a crazy shredded six-pack. Shredded comes from a lack of body fat, and if you don't have fat covering your abdominals, you're going to see a shredded six-pack. That is how it works. It's not like any other muscle. You don't need to do crunch after crunch after crunch to see a visible six-pack. And what kind of waist do people like to see? Small ones, not big, thick ones. Last I checked in the Mr. Olympia Classic Physique, they're looking for small waist. Men's Physique Board Shorts division, small waist. Not thick, wide waist full of abs, small, tiny waist. It's not how thick your abdominals are and how big your abs are that counts. It's having a small waist. Same for males, same for females. People like a small waist. You don't have to do sit-up after sit-up after sit-up, crunch after crunch, twists, side bends, and so on, and develop a thicker core. Not saying you shouldn't do it, not saying that a strong core isn't important. But what I'm saying is you don't need to do a bunch of sit-ups to get a shredded, defined six-pack. You need to be in a calorie deficit and lower your body fat stores low enough so that you can see the abdominals underneath.
So if you've heard before that all you need is nutrition to get shredded or defined six-pack abs, that is completely false, speaking from experience.
And let's be honest, if you're doing cardio and lifting weights, especially lifting weights the way this guy does, calisthenics, do you actually think you're not working your abs? Do you think you don't train your abs when you go for a jog, when you do a push-up, when you do a muscle-up, a handstand push-up? All of these things engage your abs, and so you're already, in fact, training your abs. Hopefully Chris's video as well as mine help you on your weight loss goals. Don't forget I have multiple cookbooks. Please click the link in the description to get a cookbook. Harder Than Last Time supplements, pre-workout protein powders, and so on. That can help you to reach your goals. Also, I have training books, workout books, coaching plans from me and my team. And a reminder, please click the like button, subscribe, and click the bell button so you can be notified, watch more videos. It certainly helps. If you're not subscribed to me, I want you to be a subscriber. Click the bell button, subscribe to the channel. Also looking for ambassadors to help promote and sell supplements, please click the link in the description. You gotta click the freaking link in the description. So much stuff, I can ramble for 5 hours. There's lots going on. Check out my website. And until next time, I am out.